Tomorrow marks 20 years since the September 11th attacks, and you will no doubt see many retrospectives focused on New York City, Washington, D.C., and Shanksville, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, those attacks, though, struck Americans everywhere, as Chris Oddie is here with a look back at just how we reacted here in North Texas. Chris?
Yeah, Mark, I looked back at a lot of the stories we did here at WFAA in the days following September 11th. Even though the attacks were thousands of miles away, it was obvious we had all just entered a new world of fear and loss, but also opportunity.
On that day, we already knew.
20 years from now, we'll be saying we were in Dallas, and that's when everything happened.
And here we are, 20 years from that day when things were lost and found.
John Christensen doesn't know why he is alive while so many others are feared dead.
For a grapevine man who was in the towers and escaped, he found reason.
For me to realize how fragile life is.
For 6 Dallas firefighters who attended this funeral in Brooklyn, they lost brothers.
When that first one collapsed, we just all looked at each other and said, they just lost a bunch of firemen.
But they found gratitude.
And they just said, man, y'all came all the way from Dallas, and they just want to hug you, and everywhere you go.
You give your life to save us and the children. We can't.
While at a fire department in Balch Springs, they found a purpose.
To be a fireman is a special calling.
And stretch your right hand so those in the Northeast can know that we support them.
In Fort Worth, we found unity.
Why did they hit all those at other places, but they didn't hit the Statue of Liberty?
At a town hall in Arlington, we lost innocence.
What happened to the kids in daycare for the moms and dads who died and they never picked them up?
And in churches across North Texas, we found our faith.
Because God is calling this nation together.
No matter which God we pray to.
We have grown up here, our children have grown up here. We are American like anybody else.
For the bravest of us in uniform, they found their future, which for some was their fate.
We're anticipating that somebody in our wing is going to be called up.
God bless America.
What was lost, we can only remember. But 20 years later, it can still remind us to never lose what we found.
May God bless you all, and God bless America.
In Dallas, I'm Chris Oddie.
Boy, it just really hits home. I remember just how it felt like time stopped that day, and just the nation was in shock and awe. And even looking back on it, we talked about how it's affecting people this week. Really powerful storytelling there.
I'm really hoping too that I remember there was something that was circulating on social media talking specifically about how the country was on September the 12th and how we were all unified. Clearly we're not that way right now, and I think most people can agree with that. And I'm hoping that this could give some reflection and cause us to reset perhaps a little bit.
Yeah, and it's been really gratifying to hear from folks this morning reflecting on this day.
Yeah, that's what we've been asking you to do, and you can keep sending those comments, and either what you remember or where you were, use the hashtag #IamUp.
Yeah, Ryan says he was on Osan Air Base in South Korea. The horn went off unexpectedly, which usually means something not good. We were recalled to work and spent 3 days there getting jets ready by chance it was North Korea or China. You can imagine that's a pretty vivid memory for Ryan.
We're going to have more on 9/11, of course, throughout the morning, but much more coming up.
All right, still to come on